Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It's the final game of the 2025 EDC softball tournament for day number 2 here in the first one at Mickelson Field. I'm Chase Miller. Welcome to our pregame show. As the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, the number 2 seed, will tangle with the number 3 seed in the West Fargo Horace Hawks. Earlier this season between these two clubs, with Horace and Red River met on the year. They met back on April the 10th. It went extras. It was a 2-1 win in favor of Grand Forks, in favor of West Fargo Horace. And that was the only matchup here this month of April. In the month of May here, this will also be their only matchup. So the first game of the season for Horace and Red River was a 2-1 game way back on April the 10th in favor of the Horace Hawks. Horace at 16-6 on the season, while for Grand Forks Red River, the Rough Riders here on their campaign sit at 14-9 on the season. Hannah Rose Rodriguez, the head coach for the Rough Riders, while you have Jen Smart, the head coach here today for the Horace Hawks. Horace, first ever time they made it to an EDC softball tournament semifinal round matchup, while for Grand Forks Red River, they made it to state 3 consecutive years, and they've been there 7 times in program history. We'll continue on our pregame show with more after this and get you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch between the Hawks and the Rough Riders. Winner has a date with the Fargo North Spartans in the EDC Championship tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from EDC Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at EDC Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Due to the increase in cost of materials, cost of labor, and general inflation, plus the storm weather threats that we have in our region on a daily basis, many homes are not insured properly. Most families' biggest asset they will ever own is their home. We need to make sure we have it insured for enough. Inflation, cost of materials, cost of labor makes us work to stay on top of this. Usually the difference in premium is dollars a day to increase when needed. We get updated costs of goods and labor from area builders to input into our computer program that calculates an accurate replacement cost. With the weather in recent years, it is just scary with how many more frequent disasters are now than even 10 to 20 years ago. We need to adapt and make sure all our properties are protected because we live in the Midwest and deal with many of these scenarios.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Raff.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
High school softball here today on YourLiveEvent.com as we're getting you ready for the starting lineups and the opening pitch. Opening pitch brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway here today. The West Fargo Horace Hawks at 16-6 on the season against the 14-9 Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. Red River, the number 2 seed here in the tournament, they will bat last as we take a look at what happened earlier today here on YourLiveEvent.com as part of the EDC softball tournament. A couple of really good consolation portion of the bracket games. A 7-6 win for West Fargo Cheyenne against Grand Forks Central. In that particular contest, the Mustangs used a couple of runs driven in and also a couple of game-saving plays by Lauren Hemberg in right field as she caught the last out on a dive in right field, and a 2-run homer by Presley Tavetter, who also picked up the win for the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs in their 7-6 win against Grand Forks Central. It was a pitcher's duel between Talon Card and Sophie Rarick then. Fargo Davies and Shanley Rarick went the distance, a 2-hitter, 2 walks and 9 strikeouts, while Card went the distance as well, picking up the loss. 9 hits, 4 runs, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. And Fargo Davies 4-0 win over Fargo Shanley. And then just a few minutes ago here at Mickelson Field, Fargo North 10-run ruled West Fargo in 6 innings. 14-4, a 2-run homer by Leah Hoffman and a 3-run home run by Kenley Fisher really put the game away in the 3rd and 4th innings, where the Spartans scored 9 of their 14 runs in innings 3 and innings number 4. That's a look at what happened earlier today. The loser of this game will have a date with Cheyenne roughly at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon. The winner will go up against Fargo North in the championship. That is a scheduled 5 o'clock start a little bit later on here tomorrow. How these two teams got here: Red River with a 7-1 win over Fargo Davies back on Wednesday at Albrecht Field and UND, while for West Fargo Horace able to get by Shanley in 8 innings, 3-2 last night at West Fargo Horace. Winner punches their ticket to the state tournament and the EDC championship. Loser will go to a state qualifier against West Fargo Cheyenne. As well, get you ready for the first pitch after this here today from Mickelson Field.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Austin Dream Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As we get you ready for our opening pitch, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. For more information on those two particular racetracks where you can rev it up and see the dirt fly in the Red River Valley, for Norman County Raceway, simply go to their website, normancountyraceway.com, and check out the World of Outlaw late models on June the 28th in Ada. That again is at normancountyraceway.com. Well, for the Red River Valley Speedway.com, you can go there for Friday night races starting at 7 o'clock. Still got time to head out to the racetrack. A gorgeous night to watch the dirt fly in West Fargo. The World of Outlaws and Donnie Schatz will be there on May the 31st and also coming back in August on the 23rd. So just a week from now, you can see the World of Outlaws in Fargo. As we get you ready, it's Red River and Horace for this contest. With our first pitch, you'll have here for the Horace Hawks, Strook will be coming to the plate. Tristan Struck will be the sophomore second baseman. From there, you got Braylon Brown, the left fielder, the 8th grader, batting second. Asti Brent will be batting third, followed by Whitney Nystrom in the cleanup role. McKenna Moss will be batting fifth. Leah Holton batting sixth at third base. The shortstop of Katrin Flanagan, then Cindy Flanagan, the center fielder. Emily Rourke, the junior designated player, and Addison Jacobson will be in right field at the flex. We'll get to the infield and outfield here in a moment. Jocelyn Berg in the circle for Grand Forks Red River. Nelson behind the plate with her battering ram. This first pitch brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Opening pitch at 6:14 on a Friday night. Final game of the day here from Mickelson Field. As we'll see Red River, 1 ball, no strikes on the way from Berg against Struck here. As Tristan will also take a ball as the Hawks are in their all-black uniforms here. The Vegas Gold. Horace across the front. Well, Red River, white tops, white bottoms. Red River in cursive in black with the right piping here today. The 2-0 offering from Berg. This one will be called a strike. It's now 2-1. Dorsey in left with Soderberg in center. Olsen in right from left to right here in the outfield for Grand Forks Red River. 2 balls, 1 strike to the opposing second baseman. As this will run out of the zone now, 3-1. Kilgore at third base with Manassa at shortstop. Gilpin stands at second, Spidell at first. Again, Nelson behind the plate. 3-1 here for Jocelyn Berg. The pitch, that'll be on the inner part of the plate for a strike. It's now 3-2. We saw a good crowd here for our first semifinal, and equally good as you see fans down the lines here today as the Packer fans and also the Spartan fans await to see the conclusion of this game. 3-2 pitch. This one will go foul, and we'll keep it at 3-2. As we're over the hill now in terms of the games at Mickelson Field, 7 games here this weekend, as we'll have 3 more beginning tomorrow at noon for the EDC softball tournament. Jocelyn Berg battling here. This one will be fouled again, and good battle here for Struck so far at the plate. So we'll see pitch number 8 of the at-bat upcoming for the leadoff batter. West Fargo Horace looking for win number 17 on the season, while for Grand Forks Red River looking for win number 15 of their campaign. There's the 3-2 offering. Strike 3 looking, and Struck is retired on the outside part of the plate as Berg gets the strikeout, and there's 1 down. So you'll get a strikeout on the way. 1 down is now it's to Braylon Brown, the left fielder, the 8th grader here for the Horace Hawks. 2 years ago, Horace made it to the loser out portion of the EDC softball tournament. Last year, they did not be one of the teams to be the top 8, so they were unable to make it to the quarterfinals. First time ever in program history that they found themselves in a state semifinal appearance, or it's EDC tournament semifinal appearance with a chance to make state. So some new waters here for the Horace Hawks, but a team that continues, as we've seen from West Fargo Cheyenne, from Fargo Davies, and now from Horace, a team that just will continue to grow. And one thing for the Hawks, no seniors, a couple of juniors, a handful of sophomores, 8th graders, and freshmen here this season for Coach Jen Smart. No balls, 2 strikes. That'll run out of the zone, and now it's going to be 1-2 in comparison for Red River. You look at an all-EDC selection from Soderberg a year ago, Taylor Kilgore, an all-state selection with Jocelyn Berg returning here as well. This Red River club has had some athletes over the years, and part of the reason why they've been a consistent top-end team in the Eastern Dakota Conference is Berg gets her 2nd straight strikeout, looking 2 down here in the top of the first. Gone from a season ago, Ella Weipert, an all-EDC selection, and Riley McQuillan as well for Grand Forks Red River for the Rough Riders. 2 down here on back-to-back strikeouts. Now it's to Asti Brandt, the junior catcher. As Berg in the circle, starting to locate well right now. No balls and a strike. No balls, 2 strikes on the way. And the pitch. Swung and a miss. It now will be 0-2 as Berg is one strike away from striking out the Hawks near the top of the first inning. Here's the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss, and Berg able to strike out the side. As we make our way to the bottom of the first inning, it's the Horace Hawks scoreless with Red River coming to plate on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Our umpiring crew here today is Mark Sandman calling balls and strikes. Mike Lean and then Chad Mears will be our umpires across the base paths here in this one. For the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, they'll go like this. A senior center fielder will be Brooklyn Soderberg. You'll have Maya Manassa, the senior shortstop, batting second. Ella Nelson, the junior catcher, batting third, followed by Ella Spidell, the junior first baseman, in the cleanup role. Jocelyn Burke, the sophomore pitcher, batting fifth, with Taylor Kilgore, the senior third baseman. She'll be batting sixth. Brooke Dorsey, the senior left fielder, batting seventh. Morgan Gilpin, the sophomore second baseman, batting eighth. Brooklyn Schmitz from there here for Red River. Schmaltz will be batting a ninth here today for the designated player. Then Abigail Olson, the junior right fielder. Brown will be in left. Sydney Flanagan in center. Jacobson in right. Holton at third base. Katrin Flanagan at shortstop, with Struck at second. Nystrom at first. From there for the Horace Hawks, behind the plate. And we'll see Brandt behind the plate, and McKenna will be on the mound in the circle here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. As the junior winds and delivers, this one will be out of the zone. It's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strike. A couple of seniors with Soderberg and Manassa to lead things off here for Grand Forks Red River. As we'll see the 1-0 pitch upcoming. I'll work out of the zone now, 2-0. Grand Forks Red River looking for their 8th tournament appearance in program history and their 4th consecutive one if they can get a win here against West Fargo Horace. The pitch. That'll be in there for a strike now, 2-1. Red River last year the number 1 seed in the tournament, beat Fargo Davies in 6 innings, 10-0 in the quarterfinals. Then in the semis, they lost to Fargo North 10-7 and beat Valley City in 5, 12-2 in a state qualifier out in Castleton. As this one misses, now 3-1. Soderberg trying to be a table setter here for Red River. First time through the lineup against what was on the way. Here's the 3-1 offering. This one will be popped up. We'll see if it's playable for Brandt, and Brandt will run out of room. It's now 3-2. Nice couple of levels here at Mickelson as you can bring your lawn chairs out, get right to the action, feel the dirt in your face when it's a windy day from the infield. Able to sit up the either side with the bleachers here. The 3-2 offering on the way. This one will go all the way to the backstop. It'll be a walk regardless as Soderberg will make her way to first base, and the Rough Riders have a runner on here in the bottom of the first inning. So the junior McKenna Mose will see a runner on, as now it's to Manassa. As Manassa here, the senior shortstop, batting second for Red River. Will look to bunt, takes the bunt back, and she will take a ball missing low. It's 1-0. Just one time they met this season again to open up the year way back on April the 10th, in which Horace came out with the victory. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This would be swung on and down in the gap in left center. Here's the throw by Flanagan to try to get the runner. Not in time. A good throw by Flanagan But you saw Holton at third base have to catch it about a foot behind the bag that allowed the sliding of Soderberg on the right foot to beat it. It's a single by Manassa. She'll take second on the throw. Soderberg goes first to third, and now the Rough Riders have runners in scoring position. 2 batters up and 2 batters on here in the bottom of the first inning. Ella Nelson, the junior catcher, will dance out of the way of this one, as we'll see it now 1-0. As we reach the bottom of the hour, get a little bit closer to 6:30 here. Temps in the upper 60s here today, kind of throughout. As the 1-0 pitch, this will be skied in the air. That has a little carry to it to left. Brown will be there, makes the catch. The runner will tag up from both second and third on the throw coming in as they miss the relay, and now a second run will come in as well. So 2 runs will come in as you get the sacrifice fly, and then the throwing error as Brown just missed the relay, as you'll see Red River with 2 runs across here in the bottom of the first inning. Soderberg comes in to score. Manassa comes in to score. Ella Nelson will get attributed with the sacrifice fly. And just like that, Red River pouncing on the Hawks. 3 batters up, 2 runners in, and now the bases are clear for Ella Spidell. 1 down in the bottom of the first inning. Able to put the ball in play so far with a single by Manassa to left center. And as we've said throughout the course of the day, center to left field has kind of been the main area in which the ball has had a chance to fly out of the yard so far, coming off a semifinal round game where there is 3 home runs combined between the Packers and the Spartans. This will miss low out of the zone. It's 1-0. As the Rough Riders state championship, EDC tournament championship the last couple years. Red River took 5th last year at state. Out in Dickinson over Cheyenne. West Fargo took 3rd against Minot, and Dickinson won the championship against Bismarck High. As this one will run in, as Dickinson will be called the Mavericks coming up here in the fall. 3 balls and no strikes on the way. Here to the cleanup batter and Spidell. These last 4 seasons, we've seen 4 different teams win the EDC Tournament Championship of North, West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Valley City. Over the last 4 years here in this very tournament. As this will run in, Spidell will take a walk. Second free pass of the inning. And most so far has given up 2 walks, a hit, and 2 runs against. Jocelyn Berg, the sophomore pitcher, after striking out the side, what can she do at the bat? First pitch swinging, hit one to straightaway center field. This one is up and gone. It's another home run. This one now for Grand Forks Red River, as it'll be their first of the contests, but it'll be their 4th of the EDC semifinals combined, and we'll see the celebration at home plate coming up and coming in, as the Rough Riders will hit the shot by Jocelyn Berg, who can pitch and hit here in the top of the first inning, and the Rough Riders take a 4-0 lead. Two-run homer out to left center field, and Red River has jumped on the Hawks here for 4 runs across. Jocelyn Berg gets the base knock. Able to bring in Spidell from first base. On our DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard being kept busy early here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 4 runs across with Taylor Kilgore at the plate. The senior third baseman will see this one. That'll miss out of the zone, as it'll be now 1 ball and 1 strike. And even the out was a productive one with Ella Nelson at that, putting the ball in play out to left. Here's the 1-0 offering. Popped up. This one will be in foul territory. Right on top of us here. As now it'll be 1-2. As it's felt like hail sometimes in the press box today, in terms of some of the sounds that we've had with the foul tips and foul balls. The 1-2 to Kilgore. That'll run in at the hands. It's now 2-2. On this Red River team, they've been to this particular part of the season before. They've made the semifinals for the Horace Hawks again. First time they're playing in a EDC tournament semifinal all across the board. No seniors for Coach Jen Smart. This will miss, and that's been a developing theme for the Hawks for the last couple of years for their programs. And talking with the Harvey McMahons of the world, the Brent Hintz is saying we finally had seniors this year and last year in their football and to basketball programs, and they said it just made a world of difference having that as a coach where you could have some senior leadership through the lineup. As Kilgore will draw a walk. That's the third walk of the inning, and there's still just one down here in the bottom of the first. Brooke Dorsey, the senior left fielder, batter number 7 here for Grand Forks Red River. This is a Red River Rough Rider team that has a really nice core coming back from a team that finished 5th at state from a season ago. We mentioned they lost a All-Stater in McQuillan and an All-EDC selection in Weipert, but he still brought back 2 All-Conference kids, an All-Stater in Jocelyn Berg. Spidell has played a lot of softball for this Red River team. As you go through the roster and you say, there's just been a good chunk of players that have found a ways to start or be a productive part of a Coach Hannah Rose Rodriguez club. Here's the 1-1. Swing and miss. Now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way. It's coming up a little bit later on. Tomorrow, we'll see who's going to find themselves playing against West Fargo Cheyenne. There's a swing and a miss. McKenna gets a strikeout. That's out number 2 here of the first inning. Loser of this game plays roughly at 2:30 tomorrow against Cheyenne. The winner will go up against North in the championship. There's a base knock that'll die in front of the left fielder. Brown will play it back in. It's another single on the way here for the Rough Riders, as they will have runners at first and second base now. And Red River just continues to put the ball in play. So Dorsey with the strikeout, Gilpin with a single. Now it's to Brooklyn Schmaltz, batter number 9 in the lineup here for Red River. The designated player. First pitch, swing and hits one to Brown, who's been kept busy, and that'll be a line drive out here to retire the side. But 4 runs come across here for Grand Forks Red River as we got a new score on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. As we make our way to the top of the second inning, Red River with a 4-0 lead here on your liveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
The World of Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models, Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
For Grand Forks Red River on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, bottom of the first inning, 4 runs, 3 hits. There was an error with 2 runners left on base. Able to get a walk, a single. And you saw the sacrifice fly with the error on the throw by Brown that able to bring in Manassa. 2-run homer by Jocelyn Berg was the big blast of the first. And after a 3-up, 3-down strikeout of the side, we'll see what Jocelyn Berg has in store here for inning number 2. Nystrom coming up for the junior first baseman, as they will check down the first base side, did not go through the zone. It's 1-0. So 4, 5, and 6 batters here just trying to put the ball in play against Berg after she struck out 2 of them looking, mind you, in that first inning. As this will be hit foul, it's now 1-1. Minnesota Twins baseball will be back in action tonight. going up against the Kansas City Royals at Target Field. There was good and bad news, how you look at it from earlier today. The good news, Carlos Correa's back from concussion protocol. The bad news, still going to sit and wait for Mr. Byron Buxton to try to get through concussion protocol, as this will be called a strike. Twins at 27 and 22 on the season, going up against the 28 and 23 Royals. Pablo Lopez taking the mound for Minnesota this evening. Here's the 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss for strikeout here for Berg. And there's one down in the top of the second inning. As you'll see, Jocelyn doing a good job working in, working out of the zone, finding ways to not see a lot of foul balls either from the Horace perspective. There's been a good chunk of either tanks or swing and misses so far. That's where Jocelyn's been going, just like that. A little check swing through the zone. It's 0-1. Just a nice, beautiful night here at Mickelson Field. And the one nice thing with all the water we've got, everything is about as green as you could ask for across for the lawns, and obviously for those that needed it in terms of farming. But for spring sports, definitely threw a wrench into some of the schedules throughout the course of the week. 1 ball and 1 strike. The forecast doesn't look too bad here for the next week and a half to try to get through the end of, for some, the school years, for other spring activities. And it's now 1-2. And Jocelyn Berg, just a sophomore here, showing you why she was an all-state selection as a freshman last season. Here's the 1-2 offering. This one will miss at the hands, now 2-2. So far today, just in terms of these respective games, the probably best pitched game we saw was Sophie Rarick with the 2-hit shutout. Talon Card was right there with her, had 7 strikeouts, no walks. As this will run out of the zone now, 3-2, gave up 9 hits, 4 runs in 7 innings and a loss for the Deacons. As McKenna Moss here, the junior pitcher, trying to find a way to get on first base with the colorful gloves. And this will be a walk. So Jocelyn Berg will give her first free pass of the game after striking out the first 4 batters. And the Hawks get a runner on here in the second inning. Now it's to Leah Holton, as we'll get a courtesy runner coming in. Looks like number 23 here for Horace.
Courtesy runner at first base for the Hawks, number 23, Lauren Leopold.
So Leopold will come on here and courtesy run at first base. As now we'll go from one Leah to another, but this one with the last name Holton for the freshman third baseman. Swing. Now it's 0-1. Grand Forks Red River Rough Rider team that made it to state this past year in girls basketball after losing Jocelyn Schiller, who was an absolute stud for Coach Kent Ripplinger. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one went through the zone. Now 0-2. Also good in cross country. Also good in track. After 1 year at UND, she's making her way to North Dakota State coming up here in the fall. No balls and 2 strikes. And West Fargo Horace girls basketball team winning the state AA championship at the Dome this winter. We got a couple of really good players that are still upcoming on that team. And Miss Basketball that's heading to Gonzaga. There's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch upcoming here to Holton. As Leopold stands at first, the Hawks looking to make some noise. Top of the second. Swing and a miss. Instead, it's strikeout number 5 here for Berg. 2 down here on the top of the second inning. As you'll see, Katrin Flanagan, the sophomore shortstop, 7th in the lineup here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. And so far, nothing has left the infield here against Jocelyn Berg or been put in play. It's been 5 strikeouts and 1 walk so far through 6 batters. Swing and a miss by Flanagan. It's 0-1. So see no balls and a strike upcoming here as Flanagan trying to be the first Horace Hawk batter to put a ball in play against Berg. This one, a little tail to it, 1 ball and 1 strike. Crazy to think on the calendar we're 3 months away from high school football. August the 22nd is when that'll open up here across the state of North Dakota. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. Also new coming up in the fall for high school sports fans, we'll have 3 divisions of volleyball upcoming in the fall with Division B, A, and AA, similar to last 2 years of what we had for basketball. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and another strike out of the side. 6 batters have been retired via the strikeout for Jocelyn Berg through 2 innings of work. On the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, we head to the bottom of the second. There are no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. We played an inning and a half today. Red River leads it by 4.
Safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Bottom of the second inning here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's Grand Forks Red River up by 4 of the West Fargo Horace Oxen, back the second time through the lineup here as Brooklyn, Soderberg, Manassa, and Nelson will get going in the bottom of the second inning. Red River with 4 runs, 3 hits so far against McKenna Mose in the circle. As this one will miss for a ball, it's now 1-0. Now for Red River, without question, momentum is on your side, and all of a sudden you can start the car up immediately once you get a strike out of the side, get some confidence brewing in you. That's what you can do as a starting pitcher, whether it's baseball or softball. You come out and have a good clean inning. The bats take care of themselves. You had a 2-run homer. Before you know it, a little bit of an ambush, if you will, from the Rough Riders here in this one against the Hawks. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That'll miss inside, now 2-1. Brooklyn did work the count full. Her first time up had a good, long, lengthy at-bat against McKenna, fouling off some pitches. As right now, trying to see McKenna find the strike zone, as that'll be 3-1. What was the junior here on the pitching staff for the West Fargo Horace Sox, the number 3 seed here in this EDC tournament. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Struck will call for it, and you could hear her from the press box say, I go immediately. Pop out to the second baseman, and there's 1 down. Manassa will come up a single with a run scored back in the first inning here for Red River after the sacrifice fly by Nelson that brought in Soderberg. Manassa at second base went to third, and the throwing air from Brown allowed her to come in to score. First pitch swinging. The second baseman, Struck, is going to be kept busy. Makes a nice throw to Nystrom there at first base. Nice little sidearm on it. And there's 2 down. As now we'll see Ella Nelson with that sacrifice fly to left. Starting to see the shadows just a little bit from the fence line, and also, more importantly, a little bit of the lights making its way through as this one through the zone for a ball. It's going to be 1-0. Ella Nelson, the junior catcher here today for the Rough Riders, as Mose will be looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning. Instead, this one will be hit down the line. That will be a fair ball. Ella will round first on her way to second, as she will slide in with a 2-out double. Second extra base hit of the game for Red River, as now you have Spidell coming up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. That was smoked right down the line as we'll have a courtesy runner coming in for Red River, number 11, as you'll have Ledegy coming in, Addison.
Courtesy runner at second base, number 11, Addison Ledegy.
As Ledegy will come in. As you see, Ella Spidell. Spidell a walk with a run scored for the junior first baseman here for Red River. First pitch swinging. This one is fisted, but that'll go foul up towards the Horace Hawks dugout here. There is a good chunk of room up the dugouts here at Mickelson in terms of how this softball complex wraps up. Again, enough room behind home plate where if it gets by the catcher where he can possibly break from third to home. As we'll see the 0-1 pitch. But we've seen pop-ups earlier today up the first and third base line where in some parks that would be on top of the dugout or possibly a foul ball. But here it jets out a little bit. Then once it kind of gets towards the baselines of first and third, it starts to slowly go back in up the left and right field foul lines in the outfield. As one of our cameras almost got hit by a kid with a football out there. All of a sudden looked up and the football was up in the camera. So I have to hopefully have that kid find a Tom Brady arm. Maybe, who knows. 3-1. Camera looks to be okay. Never got moved, but the football definitely came up in front of it. I was wondering if we went to the car wash there for a moment. Here's the 3-1 pitch. This will be laced, and that one will go foul at 3-2. So if you're watching at home, I promise you weren't seeing anything. As we'll keep the 3-ball, 2-strike upcoming. We'll put that on your softball bingo card here today. The payoff pitch to Spidell. This one will run in, and it'll be a walk, and Ella will get her second free bag of the game. Fourth pass for a walk variety for McKenna. And we'll see. Runner at first and second here in this one. And now to Jocelyn Berg with a 2-run homer. This one jammed her, popped her up. Nystrom is there at first to collect it, and that'll retire the side. There were no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We played 2 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. It's a 4-0 lead for Red River over the Horace Hawks.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Top of the third inning, Chase Miller with you here from Mickelson Field on yourliveevent.com. Cindy Flanagan, Emery Rorick, and then we'll have back to Strouk upcoming here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks as Red River has the 4-0 advantage. On the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard, your auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance that wants a shot at your business. Get in touch with DJ Coulter at djcoulter.com. Horace still with time with work to do here, especially if you can have McKenna put some goose eggs up on the board. But right now it's finding ways to get base runners on and put the ball in play here against Berg. This one in there for a strike. And Jocelyn, we saw a really good pitching performance by Sophie Rarick, who retired the first 8 batters of the game and had 3 strikeouts against Fargo Shanley in the first 2 innings. And Jocelyn is one-upping that right now, quite frankly. As this one will miss the zone, it's 1-1. And with the evolution of softball going from a club sport to the late 2000s becoming sanctioned, we've seen athletes leave the state, stay in house, as this one's going to be slashed into right center field. That one has a chance at it. And it'll be a nice play by the right fielder by Olson. A good piece of hitting by Cindy Flanagan. First time the infield or outfield had to get some work done because 6 batters have been struck out prior to that. So it's a fly out to the right fielder here with Olson as Soderberg was backing her up, and there's one down here in the top of the 3rd inning. But the evolution of the game, we've seen players make their way to Arizona and play JUCO baseball, then eventually go to Division I. Christensen, a really good player from Beulah a couple years ago. She made her way from JUCO. Now is going to play at Albany Christian University coming up. So with the evolution of softball from a sanctioned sport, and obviously what it's been able to do for a traveling sport, seeing those players get rewarded with some post-high school commitments to collegiate levels. And then North Dakota State College of Science has had a really good program the last couple of years in the JUCO ranks, making it to nationals, winning national championships as well, recruiting locally of Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota products. There's a big swing. It's 1-2. Similar to UND, we've seen them recruit the Bismarcks, the Dickinsons of the world in the last couple of seasons. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Rourke. And it goes back to the top of the lineup here for Jocelyn Berg. I'll miss inside now, 2-2. So for Horace, just looking for that one hit to maybe open up a hitting parade here potentially, but Jocelyn Berg has looked awfully tough so far through 2 1/3. There's a swing and a miss. First time through the lineup, 7 strikeouts for Berg, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 3rd. Last 5 strikeouts have been the swing and the miss variety after Strouk and Brown were retired via looking at the ball. A game that started back at 6:14 here today, as Strouk was able to work the count full to 3-2 for Tristan before she was retired for the first of 7 strikeouts here for Berg. In the circle here, and we'll keep you apprised of what's going on out west in the WDA as well, where they were down to their final EDC semifinal round contest as that featured Minot and Dickinson. The Jets and the Midgets for one more trip around the sun here this spring season. As that'll miss. As you'll see, 2-0. Final out west, Minot High defeats Dickinson. A complete game 1 hitter for the Magi, as Reagan Terrell able to get that one. So it'll be the Jets and the Coyotes upcoming for the WDA championship tomorrow out in Minot. Here's a pitch from Jocelyn. This will be laced up the first base side, but that'll go foul. So the Jets able to pick up the win, again 2-0. They will play Williston in the championship, which means Dickinson will play Mandan in a state qualifier. Bismarck High will go up against Jamestown in a state qualifier as well. Here's the pitch on the way. This one will be fouled. We'll have a 2-ball, 2-strike with 2 outs and nobody on count here in the top of the 3rd inning. As Brown is on the on-deck circle if Strouk can get aboard. The 2-2 here from Berg. This one, a little jam shot that goes right back to the pitcher, and Berg able to play that one on a soft little line drive. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Jocelyn as we make our way to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Red River up by 4 here on your liveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here for Grand Forks Red River. Kilgore, Dorsey, and Gilpin coming up here for the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. 6, 7, and 8 batters. They sent 9 batters to the plate in the first. Then McKenna Mose was able to have a productive 2nd inning where she got to pop out a ground out and then worked out of a 2-out double and a walk with a pop-out by Jocelyn Berg as Kilgore earned a walk her last time up. And right now for what Mose just needs to do is he gave up a couple of runs in that first. Now it's all about just controlling the game and putting Horace with a chance to have a quality opportunity to cut into the deficit. Just unfortunately, not just from a McKenna standpoint, but for Coach Smart and the Hawks standpoint, Jocelyn Berg just might be the wrong pitcher to go up against for any team here when she's throwing like this. It doesn't matter if you're Cheyenne, West Fargo, or North, or whoever is still left here in the EDC softball tournament. But there's still time here in this one. As Mose will see this one out of the zone, it's now 1-0. McKenna, 2 innings of work so far, 4 hits against, 4 runs, all coming back with those runs in the first inning. 4 walks and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. That'll miss out of the zone, 2-0. Seen a pitcher's duel between Shanley and Davies. Kind of saw a hitting parade between Central and with them with West Fargo Cheyenne. Then in our first semifinal match, West Fargo jumped out early, 2-0, until Fargo North erupted in innings 3 and 4 to score 9 runs, have a 2-run shot and a 3-run shot, and eventually go on to 10-run rule in 6 innings, the West Fargo Packers. 3 balls, no strikes here for Mose in the circle. This one will be popped up and foul ball, and we'll make it 3-1. As calling balls and strikes here in this one will be Mark Sandman. We'll see Mr. Lean up the third base side and Chad Mears up the first base side here. The 3-1 offering upcoming to Taylor Kilgore. This will be foul tipped. That's me 3-2. So for the West Fargo Horace Hawks, situational softball here, and particularly trailing in this game after winning in 8 innings against Fargo Shanley to get to this point. 3-2 against Deacons. Payoff pitch. This will be hit on the ground. That'll go to the shortstop. Flanagan makes a nice play there. Catrin will go 6-3, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It goes to Dorsey coming up here for Grand Forks Red River. So far for Horace, no runs on no hits. They've committed an error and left 1 runner on. For Red River, 4 runs, 4 hits. They've committed no errors and have left 4 runners on so far here today. As this one will work outside, it's now 1-0. So Mose right now retired the last couple of batters of Berg and Kilgore. 1 down in the 3rd. This would be a line drive shot that'll split the gap into right center field. Dorsey rounding first, on her way to second. She will stop there with a 1-out double, and the Rough Riders will be threatening here in the 3rd. As Morgan Gilpin with a single her last time up in the 1st will come up to the plate. As Gilpin right now, part of this Red River battery, has found 5 hits so far here today. Here's the pitch. This could be a tough one down the line. That'll drop in for a base knock. Dorsey rounding 3rd. She's on her way home. It's going to be a double on the way for Gilpin, and Red River leads it 5-0. Dorsey comes in to score. It's a run driven in for Gilpin. Her 2nd hit of the contest. The run coming in will be Dorsey. And Grand Forks Red River just switching stations, back-to-back doubles as it's 5-0. That was a tough one if you're Mose. Is off the bat by Gilpin, it just looked like it was going to get over Nystrom, and Struck probably wasn't going to have a chance on it, and it didn't have enough juice to get to Jacobson in right field. So a good spot to put that one in for the base knock to make it 5-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. As they have a quick meeting on the mound here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks, and it looks like we'll get a switch here, and we'll take a quick break and let you know about it next here on your liveevent.com.
North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rapp.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Lost Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
As we'll get a pitching change here on yourliveevent.com, the first baseman Nystrom will go to the pitcher's circle as Mose will then go from the circle to first base on a straight switch. As this one is going to get all the way to the off the glove there of Brandt. Going to third base will be Gilpin, and there's still one down. As Brooklyn Schmaltz with a line drive to the second baseman, or last time up, will hit one on the ground. That'll go foul. It's 1-1. So for Mose, will finish 2 1/3 with 6 hits against 5 runs. She is on the hook for Gilpin, 4 walks and a strikeout in 2 innings, 2 1/3 innings in the circle. Be able to see this one hit in the air. That'll drop for a base knock, and it'll be 6-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. So the base knock by the number 9 batter as Schmaltz gets a run driven in. Gilpin comes in to score. Nystrom with her first hit in relief, and now 6 runs charged to Mose. As you'll see, Brooklyn Soderberg with a walk and a run scored. 0 for 1 here in this game as the runner make her way from first and thought about going to second here in Schmaltz. Third time through the lineup here for Grand Forks Red River. After the Rough Riders defeated Fargo Davies to get to this point with a 7-1 win. 2 runs so far in the third. The pitch that'll miss out of the zone. Now 2-0. Let's take a look at the first base dugout. The pitch. This will be hit in the air. That'll be down for a base knock. So a couple of singles so far for Schmaltz and Soderberg against Nystrom. And Red River will have runners at first and second base here, bottom of the third inning. Manassa is 1 of 2 with a run scored back in the first inning. That's for Grand Forks Red River. Now they are just continuing the hitting parade as the last 4 batters, 2 doubles and 2 singles here in this inning. 6 batter to the plate in the third. This will be laced in another base knock. That'll go to Brown in left field. Brown with the throw. It's the cutoff in Holton there. And the bases are full of Rough Riders in the bottom of the third. As Schmaltz will make her way to third base. Soderberg at second. Ella Nelson comes up. Already has a run driven in with an extra base hit at that with a double and a sacrifice fly. The pitch, that'll run out of the zone. It's now 1-0. Grand Forks are 4 hits in the first 2 innings. They already have 5 hits here in the third. The pitch, this would be hit in the air. That's down into left center field. 1 run comes in. Here comes the second runner here for Soderberg. The throw from the center fielder, Cindy Flanagan. Made it close, but it's a 2 RBI single on the way for Ella Nelson. She'll take second on the throw. Schmaltz will come in to score. Soderberg as well. Manassa stands at third, and Nelson is at second base. And it's 8-0 here for Grand Forks Red River. So 2 runs driven in on the way for the Rough Riders. As they were able to get a 4 base hits that have been right out to the outfield, or 6 of them right now, but 4 against Nystrom in relief. She's already given up a couple runs now in relief as Ella Nelson plated 2 runs across. Now you go to Ella Spidell with 2 walks so far in this contest. 1 out in the inning. That was after Mose was able to get Kilgore on a ground out. As this one will miss out of the zone. Batter number 8 here for Red River in the 3rd. 1 ball, no strikes on the way. And the pitch. This one will be hit up the first base side. That'll go foul. That's now 1-1. Once the Hawks come up to the plate, Brown, Brandt, and Nystrom due up here for the Hawks. But as we see this with the pitch, that'll be a C&I single into left. Coming in to score will be Manassa. Brown will throw to third, not in time, as getting in there will be Ella Nelson. It's another single for the Rough Riders as Spidell gets the run driven in. Manassa comes in to score her 2nd run of the game. And runners will be at the corners here for Red River as it's 9-0. 7 consecutive batters have reached safely for Red River. As you'll see, Jocelyn Berg to the plate. As Berg with a 2-run homer and a pop-out. Her last time up, 2 at the time. The pitcher, Nystrom, at first base, where Mose now plays right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch upcoming here, this sophomore pitcher. As the 1-0, this one will get all the way to the backstop. Runner going to try to come in. They throw it down. Do they apply the tag? They did. They get it there, but the tag was unable to be applied from Nystrom to Nelson, who slides in safely. Spidell goes all the way from first to third, and it's 10-love in favor of Red River. So on the wild pitch, you'll see Berg now with the runner at third base. The infield will come in as it's 10-0, as this one will be fisted foul. Still just 1 down here, and for Grand Forks Red River, they continue to put the ball in play as making sure they got everything situated here with the counts. 2 balls and 1 strike. As you'll see, Spidell again standing at third base. And the pitch. That one will miss low. Now 3-1. And to what we were saying earlier, whether you're the Hawks or anybody else, Red River just might have been the wrong team to play today in EDC softball. Sometimes it can just be games like that. It's not how you play them, it's when you play them. And Berg will take the walk. First one for Nystrom in relief. As Red River will make a courtesy runner with Ella Nelson. So Nelson will be at first base here. Runners at the corners. As the pitch upcoming, as this one will be in there for a strike, and that'll be Clough, 16, not 15. So Clough will be at first base here for Red River. The pitch, swung on a miss, and Clough will get to second base regardless here, as it now will be 0-2. So Red River has batted around in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kilgore with a walk and a ground out to begin the 3rd. It's a rope into left. Brown will bring another one to try to come in. Kilgore going to second. She will slide in safely, and then it gets by the second baseman. So popping up is Kilgore to third. She's being waved in. Here comes the throw at the plate. And there is a, now in time is going to get potentially interference, or not sure about that one, as he had Nystrom there in the running pass. So that one will be interference. So another couple of runs come in to score. So coming in will be a Spidell. You'll also have Clough making her way in. Kilgore will get the 2 RBI single, and then on the air will come in and score. So 3 more runs. It's 13-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. As Brooke So Taylor Kilgore comes in to score, as it's now 13-0 in favor of Grand Forks Red River. As we'll have a new pitcher into the game here for the West Fargo Horace Sox. We'll let you know who it is coming up around the corner.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As for Nystrom, she goes up and gets 0 outs in relief, 6 hits, a walk, 7 runs, a single walk, and a single. There was a throw in there that allowed Kilgore to come in to score, as Carrier will be now in the circle. Nystrom goes back to first base here. So Nystrom goes back to first. And you'll still have Struck at second base on the way. As the pitch upcoming, this one will run in. It'll be a strike. It's now 1-1. So the original pitcher here for the West Fargo Horace Hawks, as this one will come in, that'll be a ball. It's now 2-1. As for the Hawks, now you have Edison Jacobson again stands in right field. As you'll see the 3-1 count upcoming. This will be in there for a strike. It's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Dorsey. As you'll see the 2-2 upcoming on the way. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Carrier gets a strikeout. And there is 2 down. So with Red River using their flex, Jacobson now will be there. Rorick, again, is the designated player. She will be, looks to be out of the game, and with the pitcher as well. So there's 2 down here in the game, as this one is a swing and a miss. Now 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike, as Gilpin has a single and a double with the run scored and a run driven in. This one foul tipped. It's now 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes on the way. As we've seen 9 and the 12th batter to the plate here in the inning for Red River. The pitch. That'll run it at the hands. It's 1-2. 13 runs across for Red River against Mose and Nystrom. The pitch, foul tipped. Carrier able to come and get a strikeout. Now work ahead on a batter. Carrier is the 8th grade pitcher here for Josie. Now it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Carrier gets her second strikeout in relief, and that'll retire the side. But in the inning, 9 runs come across for Grand Forks Red River. As we make our way to the top of the 4th, it's a new score on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. Red River leads 13-0.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
The World of Outlaws late models return to the Norman County Raceway, Ada, Minnesota, June 28th. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Enjoy the experience. Nationwide top 10 experience last year. Let's make it number 1 this year. World of Outlaws late models. Ada Building Center LLC start to finish showdown. Presented by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. Tickets now available. ncraceway.com.
So top of the 4th inning, 2-3-4 batters, Brown, Brandt, and Nystrom here coming up for the West Fargo Horace Hawks. As this one is slashed down the left field line, it's going to be 0-1. In the inning, 9 runs on 8 hits. There was an error and no runners left on base. 3 different pitchers for West Fargo Horace. Mose got 1 out. Nystrom came in and gave up 6 hits. And then Carrier came on with a couple of strikeouts to finish it off in the 3rd. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss out in front. It's now 0-2. If you're just joining us, Jocelyn Berg has been the story in the circle for Grand Forks Red River. 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, no hits so far through 3 innings of work. Here's the 0-2 offering. Check swing. As there's no appeal to see if she win or not, it will be 1-2. So as it stands right now for West Fargo Horace, you need to get 4 runs across before it gets to the middle of the 5th inning. Otherwise, we'll be talking about a mercy rule for the 2nd straight game here in the semifinals of the EDC tournament. As this one will go outside for a ball, now 2-2. As the 1 seed North able to fend off the Packers, the 5 seed, and right now the 2 seed Red River all over the 3 seed here of the Horace Hawks. A 2-2. Good take there by Brown. It's now 3-2. The 3rd full count up coming for Berg in the circle. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the 8th grade left fielder. 3-2 will run in, and tucking out of the way and kind of taking a calming breath there was Brown. As when you're a slashing style of hitter, you kind of step into it even more than what you maybe normally would. And as she stepped into it, she kind of took a half a step back. As now you'll see Brandt, the junior catcher. The Hawks get a runner aboard. Swing and a miss. Their only other runner was also via the free pass when McKenna Mose was able to get on base with the walk after working the count full in the 2nd. 1 ball, no strikes on the way here to the junior catcher. As Berg. This one will be a swing and a miss. The tag on the whip throw back to first. Not going to be in time. It's 1-1. Dorsey in left with Soderberg in center. Olson in right here today for the Rough Riders. 1 ball, 1 strike here for Berg. That one swung and a miss. They also try the whip throw 1 more time. It's going to be a strikeout here for Brandt, so it was a 1-2 count, That'll be the 8th strikeout here for Berg, and there's 1 down as Nystrom comes up to the plate, the junior first baseman. As Nystrom 0 for 1 with a strikeout here today. The pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. For Red River, a team that has been consistently at state after making it 4 consecutive years from 2009 to 2012. It was a decade in between their state tournament appearances. But since they've been there in 2022, it's been 3 consecutive years, and they're on the verge of making it 4 straight and playing in their own backyard on top of it. No balls, 2 strikes. Here to the cleanup batter. As we'll see the 0-2 pitch upcoming. 0-2, that'll work out of the zone. It's now 1-2. Up for Jocelyn Berg. She's been in command from the beginning of this game for Red River. Game that's just over an hour old here today from Mickelson Field. 1-2 pitch, swung on a miss, and it's strikeout number 9. As now coming up to the plate will be McKenna Mose here, the junior. As Mose will go from the pitcher to the first baseman to the DP here in this game. And the pitch, swing and a miss. We've seen it at the big league level, and sometimes it's for guys who can play multiple positions, where you see someone play 9 different positions for 9 different innings in a baseball game. I don't think that was the plan for the West Fargo Horace Hawks here for Mose coming into it, but right now she's been at 3 different spots in the batting card. The 0-1 pitch, that'll run in. I also love the fluorescent colors here for McKenna in terms of the gloves that she has on here. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kind of reminds you of shoes when it comes to basketball players, seeing the different colors. The 1-1, not going through the zone. It's now 2-1. So runner at first base again is Brown after she drew a walk. Berg has got back-to-back strikeouts. She's looking for punch-out number 10. If she can get 2 more strikes here on McKenna Mose. That's what will be in there for a strike now, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The number 5 batter in the Horace Hawk lineup. Berg with the 2-2 offering upcoming here from Berg. 2-2 will run in. It's now 3-2. For Red River, we'll see 9, 1, and 2 batters. Schmaltz, Soderberg, and Manassa coming up to the plate in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Here's the payoff pitch from Berg. This will be grounded to the second baseman. Gilpin is there. Gloves it, goes to Spidell, 4-3 on the putout. So a leadoff walk goes awry. There was a runner left. No runs, no hits, no errors as we played 3.5 today on the DJ Coulter Agency scoreboard. Red River leads 13-0 here on your liveevent.com.
Safe to say we have it pretty good in the Drayton, North Dakota area. Growing sugar beets, making sugar, bringing a little sweetness to the world. Every day, American Crystal Sugar produces sweet products people love in a place we love to call home. It's a thing we like to call the sweet life, and we're proud to share it with you. American Crystal Sugar's Drayton facility has recently started offering a $4 per hour shift differential for rotating shifts. Go to AmericanCrystalCareers.com for more information.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning here on yourliveevent.com. The Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, 9, 1, and 2 batters upcoming here as Brooklyn Schmaltz will be coming on here for Red River, the sophomore. As you'll see the DP here in the lineup for Hannah Rose Rodriguez. Fargo North has already made it to state here in the East. In the West, the WDA Championship will feature the Majets of Minot High and the Coyotes of Williston after Williston 10-run ruled Bismarck High in 5. And then Minot High defeat Dickinson 2-0. Swing and a miss on the way here to Brooklyn Schmaltz. It's 0-1. As we'll see the 0-1 pitch here for Carrier. She's already thrown 2/3 of an inning with back-to-back strikeouts of Dorsey and Gilpin. As this one misses low, it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. And going back to Williston out west, congratulations to them for making it their first ever state tournament appearance in program history. 1-1 popped up. That'll go out of play. It's now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the number 9 batter. So we'll see a new team again in Williston at State. A very familiar club in Minot High. This one will be a swing and a miss. And since Carriers came on, she has struck out 3 consecutive batters. And there's 1 down here in the 4th. As now you have Brooklyn Soderberg. Soderberg has 2 runs scored so far in this one. A single and a walk is 1 of 2 at the plate. The pitch. This one will go foul. It's now 0-1. 4 runs in the first inning for Red River, 9 runs in the third, in which they had 12 runners or 12 batters to the plate here for Red River. Here's the 0-1 pitch. High fly ball that's got some carry to left to the warning track, and right in front of the track is a grab there by Brown. Brown played it perfectly in left. The glove went up, the hand went back to try to find the wall, and she was able to make the play, and there's 2 down. That was textbook by Brown in left. Able to feel the wall, get a little bit closer, put the glove up, and get out number 2. So Carrier 4 up and 4 down in relief for the Hawks. Now it's Manassa with 2 singles, 2 runs scored in the number 2 hole here for the Rough Riders. As we'll see 1 ball, no strikes upcoming. As Carrier. That'll miss low, now 2-0. Well, for the Hawks in the top of the 5th, they will have their 6, 7, and 8 batters due up with Leah Holton to come up in the top of the 5th inning. As it'll be called a strike, it's now 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike here on the way. The pitch. This one will miss in the dirt. It's now 3-1. As Carriers looked efficient so far here in this relief appearance, as this one will be fouled. That'll be 3-2 with Ella Nelson on the on-deck circle here if Manassa can find a way to get to first base. As Red River looking for their 15th win of the season here for the Rough Riders. A 3-2 offering here for Carrier. That'll miss inside, and Maya will get aboard with a 2-out walk. As now it's to Ella Nelson here. As Nelson, the junior catcher, takes off the catcher's equipment and gets to the plate. Nelson productive so far at the plate. 3 runs driven in, a single, a double with a sacrifice fly and a run scored as she dances out of the way, and the runner will scamper to second base and take a big turnaround second. She was thinking Manassa trying to go from first to third. This will be 1-0 here to Ella Nelson. As Carrier with the pitch. I'll miss out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Nystrom again back at first base. Struick at second. Katrin Flanagan at shortstop with Holton at third. Brandt behind the plates. 2-0, that'll miss low. Now 3-0. Brown in left field. Cindy Flanagan in straightaway center with Jacobson in right. Nelson trying to get aboard for the 3rd time here in this game. As that'll miss inside for a 4-pitch walk. Back-to-back walks now for Carrier. They're striking out 3 straight. Had a fly out, now back-to-back walks as you'll see number 11 coming in here for Red River, as that'll be Ledegy. As Ledegy will now be at first base here for Grand Forks Red River. Spidell has reached base all 3 times and now make it all 4 times as that is laced right back up the middle. A run will come in to score as you'll see Spidell with an RBI single. Manassa comes in from second. Nelson will make her way first to third, and Spidell gets her second run driven into the game. As we have a new batter with Sydney Warden, lead junior. Warden will be hitting in for Jocelyn Berg's spot. So first time we've seen Warden for the junior coming in. As it's now 14-0 in favor of Red River. The pitch swung on a miss. As Warden, first at bat of the contest, here in a pinch hitter's role for Red River. 6 batter to the plate in the inning. This would be a jam shot over the second baseman's glove of Struck. A run comes in to score with Nelson. Spidell will climb to second. And it's a 15-0 lead here for the Rough Riders. As Warden again stands at first base. It's Kilgore now. He's reached base twice with a walk and a single. And Kilgore will take a strike at 0-1. Last time up for Kilgore, able to plate a couple of runs, and then on the throw in from the outfield, on the relay they went to second, then that throw got thrown into center on the air, and she came all the way in to score. Swing and a miss. And it's now 0-2. As for Red River, 2 runs so far in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Rough Riders. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Miss inside, now 1-2. Still to come once we get to our post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. We'll put a bow on this contest and get you ready for 3 games tomorrow with our coverage getting underway at noon for our first of 2 state qualifiers. Foul tipped into the glove of Brandt, and Carrier will get her 4th strikeout in relief. But for Grand Forks Red River, they do play a couple of runs.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Grand Forks Red River 3 outs away from making it to the EDC championship game tomorrow late afternoon here against the Fargo North Spartans. If they can't win in 5, that means Horace has put 6 runs across here in the top of the 5th inning to get the Rough Riders to the plate. As Holton again coming up here for West Fargo Horace. So 6, 7, and 8 batters in a game that started at 6:14 earlier today, just about an hour and 20 minutes old here from Mickelson Field. As Berg with the pitch and delivers a strike, it's 0-1. Most batters to the plate against Berg have been 4 in the 2nd and the 4th. Otherwise, a strikeout to the side in the 1st and 3 up, 3 down in the 3rd. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Holton. That'll miss. It's now 1-1 as Katrin Flanagan is in the on-deck circle. So West Fargo Horace looking for their first base hit of the contest against Berg. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's now 1-2. As Grand Forks Central gave Cheyenne all they could handle and more. They gave Fargo North all they could handle and more just a couple of nights ago as well. But UND, this one will be fouled. It'll be 1-2. So right now the teams that are still remaining for a chance, a spot at state, the 7th seed of Davies, the 5 seed of West Fargo, Cheyenne the 4 seed, and then the 1 seed of North and the 2-3 here. So a 5 or a 7 of Davies or West Fargo will make it as Jocelyn Berg gets her 10th strikeout of the evening. And there's one down. Katrin Flanagan will be coming up to the plate. "16 batters that Berg has faced, and she struck out 10 of them. Katrin Flanagan will see this one go foul. It's 0-1. Mose with the walk, a fly out by Sydney Flanagan. Able to get a hit by pitch by Brown, a ground out by Mose. You'll see a line drive out by Struck right back up to the pitcher. As Katrin Flanagan right now, with nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning, sees this one running in at the hands. It's now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. There's the account here to Flanagan. As Berg gets another strikeout. 2 down here in the top of the 5th.
Center fielder, number 2, Sydney Flanagan.
11 strikeouts, 2 walks here in this one. No hits, and Jocelyn Berg is 1 out from sending Red River back to state in their own backyard at Albrecht Field on the campus of UND. Sydney Flanagan, we'll see this one miss on the inner part of the plate. And then coming up on the on-deck circle will be Carrier, the pitcher, is on the on-deck circle here for West Fargo Horace. Sydney Flanagan can get aboard. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike, now 1-1. Jocelyn Berg, 3 strikeouts in the first, the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. A chance to strike out the side after that foul ball here in the 5th. Trying to bookend the game. Viva K here for Berg. The 1-2 pitch, the sophomore center fielder. As Berg takes a look at her sign. And the 1-2. I'll miss inside, now 2-2. In the circle here for Jocelyn Berg. Here's the 2-2 offering. That'll be strike 3, looking, and Berg indeed strikes out the side, and the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders are making it to state for the 4th consecutive season and the 8th time here in program history. In a contest that goes 1 hour and 23 minutes here today from Mickelson Field. 12 strikeouts again for Jocelyn Berg as the Red River Rough Riders able to pick up the win here today, 15-0. We're back with more on our post-game show after this, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll cover the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 2nd and 3rd.
This will be hit and over the shortstop Berg into left center field. A run comes in to score with Alexander Rath.
Optimist Volleyball Series June 16th and 17th.
Blue outside Linsinger with another hammer.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 14th and 15th.
Baldwin finds Wick. Wick open, three-pointer coming. Yes, sir!
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
The Rumble on the Red, presented by Ellingson Companies and their Dow Metals Recycling, is coming to West Fargo, North Dakota. The World of Outlaws and Energy Drink Sprint Cars come to the Red River Valley Speedway on Saturday, May 31st. Tickets are available now at slspromotions.com or by calling 815-344-2023.
As we come back here on our post-game show, we'll hear from Jocelyn Berg in a little bit coming up here, as it's a 15-0 win for the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders, as Red River had 15 runs, 14 hits, no errors with 2 runners left on base. The Horace Hawks, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 2 runners left on base here in this contest in a game that goes 1 hour and 23 minutes. Jocelyn Berg, 5 innings of work, 12 strikeouts, and 2 walks here in this one. Well, picking up the loss will be McKenna Mose. 2 1/3 innings work, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks, and a strikeout here in this contest, as it's easy to get right into our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game when you strike out and book out, and bookend of the strikeout of the side here for Jocelyn Berg. She is our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That again is Enbridge.com. Our Agassi Precision Egg Play of the Contest. Able to see that 2-run homer by Berg, but also more the connection with Jocelyn Berg with a 2-run homer, part of a 4-run first inning sacrifice fly by Ella Nelson. Some good quality hits. That is our Agassi for each your Precision Egg Play the Contest. Go to planterdoc.com for more information. Our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection is the 3rd inning in which Red River sent 12 batters to the plate. They had 9 runs on 8 hits in the 3rd inning alone for Grand Forks Red River, and they really put the game away in the 3rd after they led 13-0. That is our Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Go to halsteadtel.com. That again is halsteadtel.com. As we continue on the post-game show, brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Soderberg scores 2 runs. Manassas scores 3 runs in her own right. You had Ella Nelson get aboard with 3 runs driven in, and then Ledegui was able to come in and score. Ella Spidell able to get 2 runs across as she reaches base 4 times, 2 times with a single. Jocelyn Berg in this game goes 1 of 2 from the plate with 2 runs scored, and then Clough able to get a single. Taylor Kilgore gets on base twice with a single and a run scored. Brooke Dorsey with a double and a run scored. Gilpin with 2 of 3 at the plate with a single and a double. And Brooklyn Schmaltz in this game with a single as well and a run driven in. That's a look at Grand Forks Red River and their stat line here in this contest. As joined us here in a quick moment from the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders will be the winning pitcher of record in Jocelyn Berg on our post-game show, as Red River again makes it 4 straight appearances to the state tournament. We're back with more after this on our post-game show from Mickelson Field.
Local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Has joined us on the post-game show is Jocelyn Berg. Again, 5 innings of work, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, and no hits in this contest. Also gets the home run as well for Grand Forks Red River. Jocelyn, for you, let's just take us through that first inning. You first get the strikeout of the side, then you get to see some of your teammates get aboard. A sacrifice fly by Ella Nelson that plates a couple of runs with a throwing error. Ella gets up to the plate, and then just take us through what you're looking at the plate to get that 2-run homer to make it a 4-0 game.
I'm just looking for a pitch that I can attack, staying in my zone, not chasing anything. I'm just really trying to put a good ball in play to help my team score and push some runs across.
What was working for you in the circle in terms of spinning that softball here today to get 12 strikeouts?
I was just trying to spin as hard as I can, get the rise ball working inside, and locating my curveball, and just really making sure I'm hitting my spots and optimizing my strike and pitch count.
What does it mean for this team? Obviously you want to win a championship upcoming tomorrow. You'll have a quality opponent in Fargo North, but what does it mean for this team to play in your own backyard, knowing that you get another week of softball and have a chance to play in that state tournament up at UND?
It means everything. I mean, getting to play at home is such an amazing experience, especially when it's at state, and we're so thankful with the new UND field, and it's such an experience getting to play. So we're just really excited to be there and get to compete in that.
What was really working in that third inning? I mean, at one point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters in a row had a base hit in that third. What was just working between a couple of different pitching changes as well?
Yeah, I mean, we were just making sure we're staying in our zone. We're not chasing anything, and we're being really disciplined at the plate, even when there's pitching changes, and we're not getting ahead of ourselves and just staying back and waiting.
Let's talk about Ella Nelson. A sacrifice fly, a double, 2 runs scored, 3 runs driven in. What's it like with her at the plate, both when you're pitching but also when she's hitting?
It's amazing. I mean, she's such a force back there, and you can always count on her in the box, behind the plate. She's just always on, and it's great, amazing getting to play with her.
Final thing for you before I let you go, biggest thing going forward to tomorrow against Fargo North will be what as you try to come away with an EDC tournament championship tomorrow afternoon?
We just got to make sure we're hitting the ball, putting good balls in play, staying true to our game and not, getting a little too excited. We're just going to stay within ourselves and maximize what we can.
Hey, Jocelyn, congratulations on the win. Best of luck tomorrow against Fargo North.
Thank you.
Jocelyn Berg joining us here from the Grand Forks Red River Rough Riders. Will continue on the post-game show after this as Red River making their way to the EDC championship and also a state tournament appearance.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
As we come back here on yourliveevent.com, let's put a bookend on what happened today here at the EDC tournament. Cheyenne 7-6 over Grand Forks Central. Davies 4-0 over Shanley in both loser-out contests. Fargo North in 6 innings over West Fargo 14-4, and Red River 15-love over Horace in 5 innings here in this one. So tomorrow, starting at noon, will be Davies and West Fargo in our first state qualifier. Then we'll get to Horace and Cheyenne following that roughly at 2:30, depending on how long that game goes. And then a 5 o'clock scheduled start for North and Grand Forks Red River. We'll also get to our all-tournament team, the all-EDC selection with the regular season. It is after the tournament is wrapped up, the senior athlete and coach of the year as well. Again, Red River picks up the win, and this is our post-game show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. For more information, check out Norman County Raceway with the World of Outlaw late models coming up to Ada. Tickets now available at normancountyraceway.com. So join us tomorrow for 3 more games of EDC softball. What was a fun day here at Mickelson Field. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for joining into our broadcast. We'll see you at high noon tomorrow for the final day of the 2025 EDC tournament here on yourliveevent.com.